Hey, we're live.
Hey, and we are live. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to. I think this is the last Vibe Summer live stream. I don't know. How are you feeling, Brad?
I am feeling well, as we were discussing previously. I'm feeling tired because I have been very deep in some code for the past couple of days, just kind of emerging for the stream and then about to go back into it. But I'm excited to see who's going to take the cake
Mhm.
this week. Also excited to see some demos.
Same here. Same here. All right. Let's not waste so much time in just chatting. Because the projects that people submitted were very interesting for this challenge as well. Like, I always wonder when I see those submissions is how do people get this creative ideas on doing stuff? And I'm like, God damn it, why can't I think like this? All right. Let me pull up my screen. I should have done this before, but let's try it again. Gonna do the entire screen, and we should have my screen up any second now. All
Oh,
right. Thank you.
okay. It's because Nella's not here. Part of me is just like a little on edge of, are we not going to have the right permissions? Are we lost without her? All right.
All right. So this is the first submission, and I have to give a kudos to Bharat because he has been consistent with all the submissions and the ideas he has come up as like incredible, and he's been like building kind of an end-to-end projects. I'll just play the video so that other people can also see what I am trying to say over here. I am not sure if this audio is gonna be
I
audible
can't
to
hear
the
the
folks.
audio.
Okay, so I'm just gonna skip that explanation part. So basically, there is an MCP server with API endpoints as well, which talks to your Google, not Google, but Apple Siri shortcuts. So now the
Nice.
way it would work is you have a Siri shortcut, you call that Siri shortcut, which is gonna be over here. Yeah. So it's now like just invoking the Siri shortcut. It is gonna open up the camera. Then you can take a picture,
Oh, I like it.
and it is doing some processing behind the scenes, and now you have the notes in a digital format. And I love this one because I am someone who writes a lot of notes, but I'm always like I want to have digital notes, but I also don't like to write on my like keep on typing. So this is something super useful, and this is like another example of how you can convert just normal notes, not just to dos as well. So it gives you the normal format and the to do format of your notes as well. So this was like one of my favorite projects. Brad, what are your takes?
My take. Very excited to see the the creative use of a shortcut, especially. That was something I was most excited about at the beginning of Vibe Summer. That was my like little test before we kicked things off, was to use a shortcut, and then this is just such
Mhm.
a more advanced like usage of a shortcut. We've got the camera in there. Yeah, I love it.
True. And I did not. I mean, I haven't tried like the OCR capability of the Gemini models, and this is like really really impressive.
Yeah, I think that's a good showcase of the model capabilities. Awesome integration into like it's basically it's a usable app. Like you know what I mean? This is something that would be like on my phone. So yeah, I
Exactly.
like.
All right, let's move on to the next one, and this one is get a gist. I think we have already seen this project in the past weeks as well. So the hacker over here has keep on building on the previous projects. So what it would do is get some data in there and like summarize that data for you. So basically, like just do a summarization, and in here they are using again the Gemini API. I think they also had the same thing in the 11 Labs thing, where you can like call the agent, which was also interesting. And I think that's also the name of the podcast you're doing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. So this was another project. I'm not gonna go through the whole video because we have seen this earlier as well. One MCP server that I am gonna try to run on my Fiberplane instance
Oh.
is called Doomsday. I think it's called Doomsday. I'm gonna call it Doomsday because it is like a really fun MCP server. It basically would give you an analysis of how close we are to Doomsday, which is like crazy. So it has multiple tools. Over here, I'm just gonna zoom in a bit more. Hopefully, this is more visible. So it automatically ingests the signals that are from various feeds. It also has like an index. It would analyze the trends. It would correlate the risk, simulate the panel, and also like do a forecast audio and a visualization. So let's try to ask it to like do a forecast. I don't know. I'm like, what should we ask?
Well, so I'm a little signals from various sources. Okay, so is it just kind of? Do you tell it anything? Like, do you give it a scenario, or are you just kind of asking like, what's the entry point? I guess.
That's a good question, and I haven't tried it, so I am not 100% sure what the entry point is.
All right, maybe so then if it's a bunch of tools, then I think it's like the responsibility of the MCP client to stitch them together to
Exactly.
provide. Yeah. Okay, so I'd assume it's like the prompt is kind of like use the tools available to you to simulate a doomsday scenario.
Or to predict the next doomsday? I don't know.
Yeah, it predicts the next doomsday. I'm very curious about the like multimedia, the visual content might get blocked by the safety filters. I felt like this was one thing with when I was playing with Veo and Imagine. The content filters are very, very strict. Like getting any reference to like a person's name or like like anything that could encroach upon creating something that looked like someone or something like that was it's like immediately blocked. So I am curious how it handles like apocalypse.
But that's interesting. Have you tried out the new model? I think it's called Nano Banana.
No, I still haven't.
Okay, so I have tested it, and you can basically do in painting. So I try to use it to like do a YouTube thumbnail. So I like gave it my image, gave it like a couple of other assets, and asked it to generate the YouTube thumbnail. It did really, really good, and I was like amazed how well it was. I was like, I don't have to do designing anymore myself. I can just use this now.
Yeah, I feel like YouTube thumbnail is a very good litmus test for some of these image generation tools because I feel like anyone who makes videos and uploads them, that is like consistently a time suck. Yeah. All right. Can we maybe we do a little what's going on here? Can we look at the task list actually at the top? I guess it made a plan, which is pretty cool about how to do this. So, all right, ingest signals, calculate comprehensive doom index, which sounds cool, but I do not know what that means. It sounds ominous. Analyze trends, correlate risk factors, panel simulation, and then prediction summary. Okay.
So it did finish the ingestion. Now I think it also did the calculation step of comprehensive doom index, which is sounds interesting.
Yeah.
All right. We have okay. So based on the comprehensive analysis, the risk level is 75 out of 100. Okay, that's scary. And this, okay, this is interesting. So it gives you also like the reason for why it thinks, when the doomsday is near, is like the extreme weather intensification, infrastructure vulnerability, and cascading effects. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Ooh, okay, then there are secondary threats, and one of them is AI risk, and it's just like 1 out of 100, right?
Surprisingly low. I like that the AI says that is kind of funny, which is like the AI says like, hey, that's too low.
Exactly.
So they know that I don't know. Okay. Timeline in the next 10 years.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, this is like very detailed and feels very end-to-end complete.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a funny idea to build something, because we have seen a lot of people build some really cool stuff, really productive stuff, but this is something really funny. And yesterday we were talking about it, and it is something like very creative that we haven't seen so far.
Yeah. Yeah. 100% points for creativity. I would beg to differ that it's funny. It's very real. I'm like looking at this and now I'm like, oh yeah, I read a recent report on like the collapse of the North Atlantic currents. I'm like, yeah, this seems about right.
All right. Let's move on to the next one. And this is the last project that we want to highlight today. And I think this is a code explainer or a code tutor. So the way this would work is you can pass in a GitHub URL. So you pass in a GitHub URL, you ask it to analyze this, and it would do the analysis for you and create a couple of things for that. So
Yeah.
let's just try to skip to the point. Yeah. So does the analysis, gives you some visual elements, which was also really cool with this one. And then there is a analysis link. So you can view your previous analysis and also the recent one. So if you do that, yeah. So over here, you can see like the summary of what the application is, the tech stack, also some code section, project structure, and this is like what I really liked is like the image over here, like the diagram that they have. So it also generates a diagram that you can use to refer. Yeah. And
Nice.
at the end, I think there is also like a small quiz.
Yeah.
So if you're someone who's like trying to learn something new,
I
you know
remember
that
the
there is a
quiz.
project. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the quiz. I liked that kind of spin on typical code base analysis, which is like I think one huge strength of LLMs is the ability to prepare like structured learning, as if you are with an instructor or a teacher. So I feel like
Yeah,
that's
true.
a really cool thing to layer in there. Yeah.
True. Yeah. So yeah, it does then the quiz, and I think that is all. Oh yeah, it also gives you like supplementary learning resources, which I found super cool. I mean, it kind of automatically found out those links and then just popped it up in here, which is I think super useful if you're someone who's like trying to learn something new. I love that it has Kant's blog over here of understanding Redux. So yeah. Cool. All right. So it's time to announce a winner for the final challenge of Wipe Summer. And the winner, I don't know how do I do a drum roll, is Joe Young. So this particular project, the code tutor, the code explainer, is the winner for this for the last week's challenge. But yeah, congratulations! And this was like a really fun and interesting project. I feel that I like a lot of different use cases for this project.
Yeah, I think it also plays off of what he's not here today, but Pat had mentioned from DeepMind had mentioned that one strength they wanted to emphasize with Gemini was code generation, but I think this kind of buckets into the like the coding capabilities of Gemini, or code understanding, I guess, in this case.
And I see we have Music Joe Young over here. So congratulations, Joe, once again. Excited that you are in the stream and you are watching this fantastic work. Love the project. All right. I am gonna move on to the next part. Is one thing we promised folks is to give them like announce a raffle winner for anyone who submits for all the 4 challenges. And Nele, who is backstage, thought, hey, why not use this code gen to build a tool that would randomly pick up a winner for this raffle. So let's go ahead and play with that. Let me again just pop up my screen. Okay.
Screen share. Screen share. Screen share. Screen share. The suspense is killing me. Oh my God, it's there. All right.
Perfect. Okay. So Nele used the code to create a API which will give us a random user. So I'm just gonna hit the random user endpoint, and this is the Fiberplane playground. I think it's called playground, right?
Why not?
Okay.
Playground, API, Explorer. We like all the terms.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna use the word API Explorer because you mentioned that. So I've been using it for my projects. Super useful if you're building with.
Just funny enough, the tab in your browser says API Playground, which I guess is the mix of both of them. All right. Anyway.
Yeah. So I've been using this for my own projects. This has been like super useful, and I think I've already told Nele a couple of times like this is the best thing that has happened with Hono, the whole Hono ecosystem, that I can just pull this up. But yeah, anyway, I don't want to take up more of the time. So once I hit send, it will randomly select a winner for the raffle. So let's go and do that. I am gonna now hit send, and all right, that's twice in a row.
Oh, all right.
That's twice in a row. Joe Young, congratulations again. You win the raffle for Wipe Summer. That's exciting. Congratulations. And yeah, we'll contact you soon for this. So stay tuned for that. Let me stop sharing my screen.
Happy day to be Joe.
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 Awesome. All right, so this brings us to the end of Wipe Summer. Thank you all for joining Wipe Summer. It has been fun, like just not just hosting, but also interacting with you all, looking at the projects that you all have been building, and hopefully we get to do this soon. But don't worry, the stream does not end over here. I was chatting with Brad about, hey, we have come to an end to Wipe Summer, but what is coming up for Fiberplane?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. I guess in keeping with the tone of today, I'll do a very short blurb on. Actually, just very short. There's a lot of plumbing updates in the works, which will include like letting your agent create multiple files instead of the two what become very ridiculously large files. There's some plumbing with. Not plumbing, but we're going to open source from an earlier iteration of the type checker. We had that running inside a Cloudflare worker, and it was a very fun science experiment that eventually, as we tried pushing the limits of the platform, we hit memory issues and had to do something else. But we're going to open source that with a little blog post this month, which would be, if you build on Cloudflare, I think it's technically interesting. And for actual feature stuff, in the next couple of weeks, I'd say in a week and a half, we are going to have a way. It won't be the most elegant of ways, but we will have a way to, so that if you download code files, you can beam them back up. And you can also initialize a project and kind of beam it up. So that if you are a developer and you want to use your own tools, like Cloud Code or things like that, you can do that. So that's the big thing we're working on right now.
Wow, that sounds super exciting, and I'm waiting to try it out.
Yeah. No worries. Oh, yeah. Also, well, okay. Another thing should launch next week. I'm sorry, I was not prepared for this at all. We are going to have traces for MCP servers. So if you deploy an MCP server, you get automatic tracing for any requests that come in through it. Eventually, layering in some stuff like token count estimates, things like that of what's coming out of your tool. A little bit of visibility into what your MCP server is returning.
Awesome. That's awesome. I've been in my free time trying to like understand tracing in MCP servers. So like having that this coming to the code gen itself would be super useful.
Yeah. I think it's going to be on like turns, and then it's going to like singular tool, what's going on there. I think a next step is like if you're in a so if you have an agent doing multiple steps, correlating all of those steps across tool calls would be relatively insightful, I think.
Awesome. And all right, I just also remembered that we are doing hack nights. We are trying to do hack nights in cities like in person as well. We have done this in the past. There are a couple of them coming up. The next one that is happening is in Munich. So if you are in Munich or around, feel free to join us. I'm just trying to find the link, which I am sure I cannot do it on time. Do I? No, I cannot. Okay. But yeah, it's on the 30th of September in Munich. You can find it on Luma. And I have the link now. Perfect. Let me try this. Okay, I think.
And then I don't know what I think there was. Is there something in September? Oh, okay, yeah. Luma link is in the comments for Munich, and then this is very far in the future, but in later October we'll be doing an event in San Francisco. And I should have flipped the question around to you. Is there, because there was Cloudflare AI Week. Cloudflare has been doing some releases recently. Is there anything? What's the news? What's the skinny?
Well, I think I talked about this in the last stream as well. I haven't got enough time to like look into this myself. Like there have been tons and tons of things that came out of the AI week. Couple of things that are on my radar are the real-time agents. So you can build like real-time AI agents on Cloudflare, which is going to be super fun because I want to do like a lot of voice AI stuff.
Yeah.
So that is one of the things that I am looking forward. The other thing is new models in Workers AI. So you can now have new models to generate images, convert speech to text, text to speech, so stuff like that. And there are a lot of things happening on the security side. Also AI Gateway got a massive update.
Ooh.
I'm also pumped about that. So you can now bring your own API keys to AI Gateway if you want that, or if you just want to use AI Gateway to make calls to OpenAI or Anthropic or Gemini or whatever model you want, you can just do that using a AI Gateway. You can also do routing in AI Gateway. So let's just say you have an application where you have different paid tier users. You can route the traffic, or you can route the request based on their tier and stuff like that. So a lot of fun things in AI Gateway as well. Again, all of these things that I mentioned, I have not tried everything yet, so I still am like not 100% up to date with this. But these are the things that I am personally excited about.
Yeah. All right. Wait, I remembered one more thing on our side, but before I say that, also I may have said it before in one of these streams. Highly recommend using some form of gateway for LLM calls because it automatically captures input and output, and that is very helpful for debugging, but also for creating data sets that you can run evals on or fine tunes, which has not really taken off as far as I can tell of this whole idea, but I don't know, at some point in the future, I think it will. The other random thing from Fiberplane, so I should have had a list beforehand because it's been boop, boop, boop all over, but we have something on the GitHubs right now. It's still work in progress as this week. it's probably fine that I talk about it. We're doing kind of an experiment with rewriting the Model Context Protocol SDK itself in a bit more of like a TypeScript devy way. So like bring your own. So like the current Model Context Protocol SDK uses Zod. As last time I checked, it uses kind of an older version of Zod. And it just has a couple of quirks. So like we're trying something out. We'll see how it works. Like Hono-like syntax, ability to add middleware, and bring your own validation library. It's kind of, yeah.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting. And I see Joe posting come to NYC. So all right, we are gonna try to do it in multiple cities in the US. SF is finalized for now. We're still looking into New York and Austin. But maybe more. I don't want to spoil things right now. We still it's still a work in progress. We're still trying to do things in more cities. So hopefully we'll be able to do it in NYC as well.
There's a lot of Cloudflare people in New York. We should do something in New York at some point.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I don't feel like saying goodbye, but I think like this is the goodbye for Wipe Summer for now.
Yeah.
And I hope to see you all in some other upcoming event. But again, we are always active on the Discord channels. Just keep on using the tool, keep on sharing your feedback, keep on sharing the project that you have been building, because that's something that I personally love to see people build new stuff and like try out new stuff. So looking forward to a lot of that happening as well. Any last minute words from you?
I do not have and one more thing. Just ready for everybody get ready for pumpkin spice vibe
Latte.
fall
Okay.
latte vibe latte. Pumpkin spice vibe latte coming this fall. All right.
All right. Thank you all for joining in and enjoy.
Bye. Bye.